Hipdoc
Radio.
over at ibangradio.com. Oh man,
This place is like church to me.
that's you and Winter Jam, man, on stage at Winter Jam.
Yes, sir.
The first Winter Jam at that.
That's one
Oh
of my
man,
first biggest performances.
man, it's looking good too, man. It's looking good. So we want to get over here to SOS Hip Dot, man. Like, what's up? How you doing? How's everything going? But first and foremost, we do need to know. I'm Mr. Snow. You welcome to iBang Studios, and we are absolutely amazed and happy that we got SOS Hip Doc in the house tonight.
What's up, you guys?
You know what I'm saying? So we over here chilling. Now we gonna ask him a few questions, some tough questions, but you know we ain't gonna go so much into his music as we are about him as an artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he want to talk about his artistry and him as an artist. So due to the fact we're the Passion Originality Development Group LLC, the first question I got is about your passion. I'm just curious, your passion. What sparked it? Where does it come from? Talk to us.
Well, I first got started into music when I entered a very dark point in my life. I was very depressed. I had just gone through a 7-year-long relationship. That was good up until the very end. And I had a sense of kind of, I wanted to give up on everything. And I was broken down to the point where I felt like I belonged nowhere. And I started to listen to, some of my favorite artists and kind of got this inspiration from what I would like to think is my muse.
Your muse. What do you mean your muse?
So when I started about 19, 20 years old, and I just remember one day waking up and I was playing one of my favorite songs. I'm not going to name what it is because I don't want to get nobody in trouble or nothing. But I was playing one of my favorite songs, and it was an Akon song. That's all I'm gonna say. No. I started listening to it, and I just remember I always had a creative side to my mind. I have a very strong, vivid imagination, and I would picture myself inside of music videos while I would listen to my favorite songs. And this one particular morning, I was playing one of the songs, and I got this sense of energy that just kind of rose up through me and kind of brought me up out of my depression, and I just remember sitting there thinking, I want to do something more with my life. I want to do something, that's going to make my kids proud, that's going to make my family proud, whilst not, just doing a boring 9 to 5 or, I wanted to kind of escape.
Escape what?
What
were you trying to escape?
At first I was
trying to escape.
I was kind of running. I wanted to run from all of my problems. Like I wanted to go run and hide, and just never, come out again. But when I got that feeling, and I was sitting there imagining myself inside of, a music video kind of in my head, it was just kind of like a little whisper to me that was like, you can do whatever you want to do. You can You can either follow, you know, a career path of, schooling into a 9 to 5 job, or you can do something a little more out of the box. Like,
But you still work though, right?
I still work, yes.
You
I
still
still
work.
work.
Now you being the rap star and all that. Now you still working 9 to 5.
I still work 9 to 5, yes.
Well, I mean, well, of course. Now most artists, they don't seem to understand that it's just because you're doing shows and everything, and all of his shows are monetized,
Yep.
right? All your shows are monetized,
Yep.
but that doesn't guarantee that SOS Hip Doc is gonna get paid enough to support his entire lifestyle, right?
Yep.
So it has to be supplemented through a job. So I think that's commendable,
Yep.
right? You're not just expecting
It's
people to take care of you because you're an artist.
yeah. I mean, it's one thing, because I have made money, doing things as an artist, performing, making
I've had the
music.
pleasure of paying you out a couple of times.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten rich over here at iBang.
Yep.
We have not made you rich. I want to make that clear.
But you have.
We have not made him rich, but we do support him at every turn. At
Yep.
every turn, yes, we do.
Yep, and it's cool because it's fun to make money while you're having, well, okay, let me reword that. It's amazing to make money while you're having fun. And I feel like a lot of jobs, they're just not fun, you know?
Exactly. That
And
would be the
so
problem.
it's music for me is more of an extension and a therapeutic thing for me, because when I first started music, I started it with the intention to just make music for myself and never to release it. And I actually accidentally leaked some of my music, and that's what started me into releasing it to the public, was because I had dropped stuff into SoundCloud so that I could listen to it for myself, and I didn't have it on private. It was on public. And it started getting views and plays and comments and different things like that.
And so
And
that would
that's
really drove your passion even
Yep,
more, right?
that's what kind of sparked it in me to
That's
kind of
interesting.
pursue it, was this accident, kind of like a miracle in my eyes.
Hold on. Did you just say miracle?
I think so, yeah. I
Why
think
why
music
was it a miracle? Why
I
I want to know, why was that a miracle?
music saved my life. I was ready
Oh, that's powerful.
I was ready to end my life.
What? Whoa, 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 whoa,
It's
whoa,
very deep.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a second. Hold on. We had to get a couple of crickets on that. We have to stop for a second and ask. That's something serious. Um, you had gotten to the point in your career that it got so discouraging you felt like ending your life.
So it wasn't actually my career itself. It was everything that was going
Now,
on.
before you go too far, we are live,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
We are live, so I want to
I feel
make
like
sure
this
that
is important to share.
you sure about this.
Yes.
Okay,
So it wasn't
SOS Hip Doc.
it wasn't it wasn't my it wasn't necessarily my music career. It was just my life in general. Before I had even started music, I had plans to end my life, and music is what brought me out of that mindset.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. Now that was my concern. I was My concern was that you were saying that uh the fact that it wasn't going the way for you in the music, it made you feel that way. But
Yeah,
what
no.
you're really telling
Yes,
us
is the
and the
opposite.
audience is the opposite, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So I was at a point in my life where everything was going wrong for me. I had medical bills, I had debt collectors, and just, my ex on me, and everything was just going so crazy. I couldn't focus. I couldn't compile it into order. It was chaos.
So it's just the pressures of life in general,
Yep.
basically.
Yep.
Okay.
It was the pressures of life that kind of pushed me into the music. So I made my first song, and I don't have it anymore. I don't even know what it was on I started on my phone, and I made this song.
Whoa, whoa. I want to address that. So you started doing your music on your phone.
Yep.
You mean something like this thing I'm showing them now?
Yep. With no microphone, no headphones. I had to
No
sit.
microphones, no headphones, no
Yep.
nothing.
I was sitting on the I was kneeling on the floor, a concrete floor, and had my phone sitting on my bed with my blankets over it to kind of try to stop any, interference or anything like that. And I made like kind of a sad boy song for myself, and that's the song that got leaked. And I don't know if anybody finds it. I'd love to see if anybody has it downloaded or anything like that. But I had dropped the song, and I was kind of excited about it. It kind of
What
gave me a sense of
what made you
adventure.
excited about it?
It was like kind of like exploring myself in an adventurous way. Is kind of like I felt like I was starting to figure out something that I liked as a hobby, to the point where it kind of brought me up out of my depression. But what really brought me into it was when that song got leaked, and it got like, I think it was like 500 plays or something like that. Nothing too crazy, but people were commenting on there, showing me support and love when I was in, that dark time, talking about really dark things in my life. And it made me want to pursue a music career, because I felt like what I had accidentally done helped somebody else that was just exploring, trying to find new
It's
music.
it's almost like I've heard a lot recently in light of my set of certain circumstances. Excuse me.
Hmm.
I've heard a lot the past couple of weeks. Man, everything hurt, happens for a reason.
Yep.
So, would you think that that's part of what's going on with you? Things happen for a reason.
I think everything happens for a reason. I think every negative thing that happens to you happens for a reason. I think that you have more blessings in disguise than you recognize in your life. And I think that anything can be made into a positive thing if you have the
Oh,
right outlook.
I like that. So
Yep.
you would turn lemons into lemonade.
Yep.
Okay.
You
All
can
right.
turn grass into, you know, a painting. You can take a weed and make paint. You can, you know,
Medication.
yeah, you can get medication from something that's normally useless.
Exactly. All right. So that we touched on your passion, and I would love to come do another interview about you know the stress and the pressures of life and talk
Mhm.
about that. We'll get some other people because that is something that needs to be addressed. But
I think what people don't realize is artists are still human. You
what
know,
what hold on. Close up. What you say?
artists
Artists are what?
are still human, whether it be Cardi B, whether it be, uh, you know, Nicki Minaj. All of them still have feelings. They've all gone through so many things in their life.
Exactly.
What you see, on the exterior may not be what they've necessarily had negatively, but everyone still has struggles, everyone has their emotions. And so I think it's cool for me to be in a spot where I I can sit here and I can be human with everyone, instead of just pushing, art or music, or something that's trying to make me look good. I'm still okay to sit here and be a human, and tell everybody exactly, you know, what it's like to be an artist.
Now I got a question. right? You talk about being human, right? Now we discussed this. I told you I was gonna ask you about this. Now, if you want to be human, what's the purpose of the mask, man? Present what's the purpose of the mask? I'm not gonna front on them. I done seen every time this dude get on stage, especially when he do it in the city in Salt Lake. I don't know why. Even when we was at Winter Jam, there was a big booty black girl there, right? Every time this dude put in work, some big booty black girl want to come on running up and get the grinding on him. I don't understand. Now, when I first met this young man, I was like, man, like, look at this dude, right?
Oh man,
But
you guys have no idea.
boy, and you showed me, I had no idea. Took him to Vegas, went to Vegas, damn near got I don't know how we should say it on YouTube. He got took advantage of on the dance floor by this little Asian lady. She was trying to buy him. She was trying to buy him and take him home. Like, I'm not understanding, but I noticed that put in work. So what that tells me is,
all respect to my girlfriend, though. This is in the past, and this is not happening no more. I will not let nobody come grind up on me unless you are my girl.
boy, let me tell you something.
But
Boy,
we can talk about it. That's okay.
He know how to clean something up, boy. I'm trying to tell you. Oh, matter of fact, since you brought it up, he did come with his, I don't
My
know what
beautiful is here.
her,
She does not want to be on camera, but
she don't want to be on camera, but she's here. She's here. Just say hello to him.
Hello.
Right. So she in the studio. She in the studio, right?
Life right there.
Okay. Now, so all of these instances I've had of people, the big booty black girls and the little Asian woman, and you're very charismatic, brother. That's all I can say. It has to be the charisma.
I do feel like I have a very approachable attitude. I feel like when I smile, when I'm not wearing a mask, obviously.
Well, I can't smile. I smile now. I better quit smiling.
When I'm having fun and I smile, I feel like I do attract a lot of people, whether it be, they have sexual intentions or not. I do feel like I attract a lot of people to me because in reality, I'm the nice guy in a mask. That's what people used to call me when I first started. They're like, "You're the nice guy in the mask," and I'm like, "Yeah."
I ain't gonna lie, I thought you was nice too when I met you.
Snow was like, "This is not my guy.
Yeah,
not a gangster."
Especially with this shit right here. When he's doing this shit right here, I don't know what the hell that was about.
I have high functioning autism, and when I first started performing, the first time I grabbed the mic, I didn't know what I was doing. My brain was all over the place. And yes, I did have a hand twitch, but I do not anymore.
Yeah, you ain't got that. Yeah, because I told him the first time I seen this young man on stage, he came. Where'd you come to?
We were on Shades. At Shades on State Street.
It was Shades, right?
Yep, that's where we were doing We was doing
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Wednesdays and Thursdays, and it was rehearsals for that first Winter Jam clip that you guys saw at the very beginning.
Exactly. No, that was the second Winter Jam.
My first Winter Jam, though.
Was it your first one?
That was my first.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. That's right.
Yep. Because Lady K is the one who introduced me to you.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Okay. But and that's another thing we got to man, you done said so many things we need to have separate things for
whole conversation
because you just mentioned autism, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the white girl, we call her the white girl, Miss Aspen. She's the one that takes the money and everything, helps out around here. She has autism.
Mm-hmm.
And my dumb ass, I was getting on her about and she had to tell me something. So I got autism. And I felt bad at first, and I was like, well, I'm from the projects. We don't care what you got as long as you're productive.
For real. And that's the thing that I love about it is is just because somebody has some sort of disability or autism or anything like that, so you can still function in society. Like my beautiful girlfriend, she works with people that need help, and she helps them out and it helps them feel normal, and I think it's a great thing to be
Oh, so
inviting
she's like
to.
a home nurse.
No, it's a little more complicated than that, but
I mean,
um
well, I mean, it got to have some type of title to it, right? Some type of job title.
I don't know what your job title is.
What's your job title?
I don't know if she
What's your
wants to
job
give that
title, baby girl?
information out.
Direct support for those that have disabilities and that need extra help taking care of themselves.
Oh, okay.
Funny that I
That's a commendable thing. That's a commendable thing.
because she helps take care of me too.
Well, somebody need to help take care of you. But since we're talking about that, let's get back to what was that? Originality, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see your originality, right?
Yep.
But how do you what made you, now you spoke a little bit about the trials and tribulations that led you to doing music.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've gotten past those trials and tribulations. You found something that has helped you grow, right?
Yes.
And it's coming help you come out of your shell. Now
Yep.
you found the music. There's so many different styles of music. How do you carve out your niche?
I would say I go off of what I hear, excuse me, in my head.
You go off of what you hear in your head?
Yes.
And
Going back to my muse, that feeling that kind of flooded my body. I started getting all these ideas running through my head that I just couldn't get out. I just start singing and humming melodies and all sorts of different things to kind of keep my brain occupied away from all of the darkness.
yeah,
And
but how did you carve out your originality, right? We know about, you told us about the darkness, but how'd you come up with put in work? You know what I'm saying? What made you say, man, this would sound different?
I would
Was
say,
it your production? And that's something else about we want to touch on. You do your own production, right?
yeah, I produce everything myself from beats to vocals to um, videos to everything I do myself right now. I don't have a team. I am my team. You know, my Instagram. I run that by myself. I take care of all of my legal stuff. When it comes to like releasing music or my business, I have to do my own paperwork. It's really tough. It's really tough to be an independent artist because when you first start off like I am right now, I would say I'm still starting off. I may be a lot bigger than I was, but I'm still starting off, and it starts off very lonely and very tough and rough.
Lonely, tough, and rough. Explain that. Why is it lonely? Why is the process feel lonely to you?
Most of the time when I get excited about something or I want to show somebody something, um, sometimes people don't understand. And it's hard for people to understand when you're putting all of your time and your energy into something that you're not. It's a job that you're not getting paid for when you
So,
first start off,
but we're not gonna go into all
and
that because
it's
this
very
is
hard
about
for people to connect with
what you're saying,
you
you know. But I just wanted to put that
in
out there
that
that I
because
addressed it too
they
because I
look
was
at
like,
it as
man, I didn't
something
feel it was
maybe
all the way right.
lazy, or
And then
they don't
and
they
then
don't realize
on the other side,
how
it
much
also played
work
into
you
a
have
lot
to
of what
put
I go
in
through
at
with
the
artists as
start
well.
in
There are
order
a
to
lot of
get to
artists.
where you want to go with a
I feel I
dream,
owe an
you
apology,
know.
Exactly. And speaking
Um,
about getting where you
always
want to go,
apologize if
while I
I'm
was
given the
speaking, I took
opportunity.
the pleasure of putting up
I've
an
gone
old
online, said
clip.
it a number of times. I apologize to
Man,
a
we
lot of
did a
people.
live back then, man.
So
We've
for
been
another
messing with
man
old
to do that,
SOS Hip Doc
I
for a
respect that.
minute. And
Me
so
that
personally, I
we
can't say
wanted to
he'll
put up
accept
this
it.
little graphic so
I know I
y'all,
respect
you
it.
know, behind
I
him.
can't speak for
And
another
that's
man. You know what I mean?
That's a clip of when we did a live.
Yeah.
That's probably about almost 2 years ago, huh?
I just yeah.
Right?
Actually, probably almost 3.
Oh
I just
man,
wanted
Yeah, I
yeah.
to,
think almost
if
3.
Kago, if you ever watch
It's
this,
been a
bro,
while. It's been
I
a
just
while, right?
point being is
But
I love you, dude.
and those
Like
clips, they
literally
just kind of
in
really
like the
helped me
deepest sections of my heart,
go
bro.
back and think about
Like I
why we
said, I
started
feel like
Oh,
you're
you
out.
my
about to go
brother,
viral now.
and I feel like I
And
betrayed you, and
when we talk
I
about
just
What you
wanted to
original,
doing?
let
What you
you
we
gonna do?
be
You
the
know.
fuck
most
around and
original
get
dudes
revenge and write a song
we
about
ever
all of this stuff
encountered.
you said?
I will give you that. Are you the
Then what
best
you say?
lyricist?
I didn't write a song about anything.
No,
You know,
I
You
said,
I
gotta
don't
tell
want to make a
now
me.
revenge song.
here,
You know,
Oh.
here's what I hope Keiko does.
Maybe
But do
now.
you get a better
I don't know
reaction
what
than
he'll
those
do,
people that
and I
are
will be
super out on
honest.
stage?
He got every
Yes.
Yeah.
fucking
Do
right to be
people
mad,
gravitate to your music instantly when they hear
right?
your
yeah.
work?
Oh, and I know that too.
He
Yes.
Like,
got every
So how
fucking
and
do you
I'm
right to
okay
be
feel
with
mad
about
that.
at
that?
you.
I want him to be mad
I
at me.
feel
But I will
like
say this: I hope you guys do
one of the
reconcile.
hardest things to
I think you're
do
both
when you
excellent
are an artist
entertainers.
is to be
You already know.
yourself. A lot of people put on a persona, you know, like I don't care how people dress, I don't care how people look. I care about how people act and how people present themselves. You know, body language.
Ooh,
Body language
ooh.
is huge.
Yes, let's get some cheers for that. That deserves cheers. Now, I want to say something about that. People don't fail to realize what sometimes you just got to get up and do it and quit being afraid.
Yep.
How'd you conquer your fear of the stage? Even like when you first came to Shades, right? When you first came to Shades,
I was
how
shaking
did you
and
feel
sweating.
about when I told you about the little hand thing? How'd you feel about that?
I felt very defeated. I felt very down.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was like, oh
Damn.
man,
Damn.
because I was
Why you
looking.
do me like that? Everybody always say I'm mean,
No, no,
man.
no. I'm not saying you're
Damn.
mean. I just felt defeated in the sense of myself because I wanted to be good enough that I was accepted by everyone. Oh, sorry, my bad. I touched the mic. I wanted to be accepted by everybody that had already kind of been there. And I was scared that I wasn't going to be good enough to even perform any of my music. And
But
so
what did I tell you?
it was a fear of myself. And I just remember, you know, the first time I ever even tried to perform, I had the mic snatched right out of my hand because
What?
you're the one that snatched it, bro.
Oh my God. Oh man, Lord,
But
man. Oh
in
goodness.
those little defeats and those failures is also a sense of, you know what? Fuck this. I don't want to be known as the guy that sucks. I'm gonna get better.
Thank you.
And so
Thank you.
I gained what is that word? I can't remember. I gained
Confidence.
confidence in trying to get better.
Exactly. Now I want to explain something, man. I want to explain something because, man, I've been going through it this past week about how mean I am to all the artists, and I mean, everybody say I'm mean to everybody. But I'm glad this came up about your Twitch, right? Now, like he said, man, look at SOS, right? He know now that I wasn't trying to be mean,
Yep.
right? And if anything, I want to explain to you, the man he was twitching on every beat. It was a nervous twitch. Well, I had listened to your music without ever seeing you.
Yep.
And I was amazed. I jumped in my car and drove my ass way down to fucking Draper, some damn where you was staying at down there.
Mm-hmm.
I had never seen you. Then I seen you, I was like, oh shit. He don't look like his music.
Yeah, that's what I get a lot is like people oftentimes think that I'm, you know, something different than what I am for sure. You know?
Exactly.
They
right?
think I look different or think that I'm
Yeah,
a totally different race sometimes, you know.
I thought you were at first too. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were a regular white guy.
I am a white boy, but
I did not know
I
you was
wouldn't
a
say
regular
I'm a
white
regular
guy.
white boy, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're not regular. You definitely got your own little special things about you, right? But one of those things is like I said, I wasn't trying to be mean. What it is, I had listened to your music and I had played it for other people and the way they react to it. Just like that night when you came to Shades. Remember what I said? You was kind of, I'm like, man, look, watch this. Let me play a song first so you can see what I'm talking about and understand why I said don't do that. Because I didn't want you to be rejected solely on your appearance and your approach. Because your articulation was so immaculate. I was like, man, if they see I'm twitching, they might not accept the music, right?
Yeah.
So
that is one thing that's very, 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 very strong that hits home to me is if you're not approachable, like I was saying, and you're not just comfortable with yourself, and you got weird things you're doing and everything like that, people they won't even listen to you.
Exactly.
Like let's say you're somebody that's trying to sell someone something, and you walk up to them and you're all geeked up, twitching and being weird, they're gonna want to walk away from you.
I'm just saying.
But if you approach them with kindness and you shake their hand and you're professional and everything like that, especially how I've developed myself nowadays, people are usually always accepting of you. And so I understand now why it was that you were kind of training me not to be too much.
Exactly.
It was
just like you went to jam
training exercise and a learning lesson.
Remember I told you about the big booty white girls, right? No bullshit. The big booty, excuse me, not white girl, big booty black girls, right? And I hope she don't see this. She's gonna be mad I called her a big booty black girl. But the young lady that worked at the Grand Theater took a liking to him. So when he started getting on stage, she was like, no, he need to dress like this. He need to do this. We need to get him a wardrobe. And that showed me, I'm like, damn, this shit is crazy. Like all the other artists that we had that they were like, wow. Like they loved rock. They was like, wow, rock is amazing. Mm-hmm. Wow, Lady K is amazing. It was another couple of young ladies that was like, yo. But when it came to you, they was like, they wanted to start building a show around you.
Yeah, that
was weird to me
too. And that was a shock to me because I wasn't.
What you mean that was a shock to you? I don't believe it. Crickets.
I mean, I wasn't even ready. I was, when I first, like I said, when I first started, I wasn't planning on it getting as serious as it is now. I was more doing it, because I was trying to find an escape and do something to take my mind off of negativity. And so when I started getting reactions like that, I try not to, I don't want to be big-headed or anything like that, but it made me feel really good, and it made me really want to continue with it.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds good. But you mentioned something a second ago and said how you developed, which brings us to our next letter in the PODG, development. When you decided to develop your thing, right? When you decided to develop this mask thing, right? Mm-hmm. When you said, I'm gonna put on this mask, how'd you develop the concept of SOS Hipdoc? Was it an instantaneous process of just rebellion, or was it a calculated process?
It was extremely calculated.
How so?
In the way that I was thinking about how I wanted the future me to kind of be presented to everyone. Still undefeated, had a lot of influence in how I dress. Very good friend of mine.
Wait, still undefeated?
Still undefeated, very good friend of mine.
Hold on. You talking about the still undefeated to be bouncing around on the stage, and that's where you got your fashion consultant from?
At first, so he didn't necessarily fashion consult me, but he had kind of.
You liked his swag.
I liked his swag, but we had also kind of got to talking, when I had first met him, and we kind of had this idea on um, where we wanted to get fans. And so I was like, you know what, it would be really cool if it well, both of us were like, it would be really cool if we kind of had something very noticeable that fans could also do so that they could be recognized as one of our fans. Because when I spent a lot of time I was hyping Still Undefeated for a long time. Now I do more of my own stuff, but um I was definitely influenced by him, and I I had this idea that, you know, it'd be really cool if I kind of like progressed in a way that kind of made me into what I wanted to be over time. And so I started with just, you know, something simple. Then I got more complicated, more complicated, more complicated.
When
And
you say
so
complicated, explain the complicated. Like a lot of things in life are complicated. So your development, how was it complicated?
I wanted it to be very cryptic and very kind of spooky
Why?
and mysterious. Like,
Why?
I feel like there's a lot more to be found in mystery than in something that you know everything about. Because if you know little about something, you tend to ask more questions and get more interested in it. And that's part of the reason why I wear my mask, is because I want to grab somebody's attention and I want them to wonder why I'm wearing this.
Quick question. So, will the audience get an opportunity to see you without the mask on during this interview?
Yeah. You
Oh,
want me to do a
okay.
face reveal?
Oh, hold on. Right now, y'all get a good look. Now, let's get this close up. Now, y'all see what this is, right? So, hold on. Now, you want to go ahead and take it off, and then we'll zoom over there.
Yeah, I'll take it off.
Okay, this is the reveal, y'all. Even though he done been on camera before.
I done been on camera before.
There we go. SOS Hipdoc.
In the flesh.
What's going on, man? All right. So now you done developed this character, SOS Hipdoc.
Yep.
And you've explained about your passion. You explained the trials and tribulations of the trauma of not wanting to be here anymore.
Yeah.
Right? You explained your originality. You talked a little bit about your development. Now, how do you put all of that together, and how do you find your place in the group? Where's your place in the group, in your particular demographic, among the circle of artists that you have encountered and all of that? How do you carve out, or not carve out, or how do you see your place in the group?
I do look at myself as a type of almost a sacrificial lamb.
Ooh.
Because I do influence a lot of artists, and I do help people step out of their comfort zone, because I push for creativity and not redundancy. And so anytime I meet a new artist or I make a new friend, I try to push them in a way that they haven't been pushed before, so that they can grow into something bigger than maybe what they initially had in their mind. I want to be an inspiration.
Oh, that's good. Now, I want to be an inspiration, right? I found myself feeling the same way. I think maybe you have seen, I would like to be an inspiration to you guys.
You are a very huge inspiration.
Man, I'm just an asshole to everybody.
No, that's not true.
Right. No, we're gonna be honest here. We all about facts, truth, and reality.
Well,
I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole.
There's a difference between just being an asshole just to be an asshole and being an asshole with intention. With good intention. Not bad intention, good intention to help, like you said, develop an artist.
Exactly.
And Mr. Snow actually played a huge role in helping build me up to what I am today in events that he's done. And
man, we done cussed each other about 50 times.
50 million times.
We done cussed each other. Oh, he done told me kiss his ass. I ain't never told him to kiss. I will admit this. I ain't never told you to kiss my ass. But he has told me to kiss his ass. I'm just saying. So that is a good question, though, and I'm glad you brought that up about me, right? Like, man, it's not intentional. I don't intend to. Man, you made me feel bad, or I didn't know I made you feel bad like that. And that's the unfortunate consequence of how I am. Man, I'm passionate about y'all artistry.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in it. My passion came from my homeboys T-Lo and Cynic.
Yep.
The big homie T-Lo and Cynic the Great, right? My passion came from that because at that particular time I was, somewhat balling, and the particular person, the promoter that was, throwing all the shows, they used to have to see me all the time.
Yep.
And so I asked them one day, I was like, man, I said, can my partners get on the show? Oh man, they gotta pay to do this and do that. I'm like, what? They gotta pay to get on shows? That's crazy. I thought it was crazy. I literally went out the next day, got my LLC set up, all of that within a week.
Which we highly encourage anybody to do.
What?
Anybody can do that.
What? Set up your LLC, right?
Get an LLC, get something going, follow a dream, do something. Don't just sit there and take orders. I mean, you can, but life is a lot more pleasurable when you have something to pursue for yourself. And I highly encourage doing something.
Exactly. And by me understanding that, wow, we can do this ourselves. And right then it started with me. I thought it was so stupid that artists had to pay to be on shows. I didn't even know it was such a thing because of, how I came up in the streets. And,
it's different.
I came into the game at a level already with a group of people that basically ran all the clubs and entertainment in our city. So I didn't really get to see the fact that artists were paying to be on shows. I just, from the background, I was just seeing the way I see it. They just get on stage and go about their business.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that some of those artists were paying to be on shows. And that's why I started my band.
It's still a problem to this day with a lot of artists because there's a lot of, I like to think of them as show sharks. Show sharks are people who benefit from taking advantage of people's monetary value.
Exactly.
And they're not thinking about the art. They're thinking, how can I make money off of this person, instead of looking at the art and saying that is some beautiful art.
Mm-hmm. That can make a lot of money for that person, right?
Yep.
Well, most people, they can make a lot of money for me. But I'm glad you brought that up because, man, I got crucified for changing up the show format. Did
People
I not?
Definitely got.
They crucified me for that. Like,
very combative.
When I changed the show format, when you came to iBang and I told you about our show format, how'd you feel about it?
Well, when I first heard about it and I started with you guys, it was just normal for me because I started, with this feeling of empowerment because you were the only person I was even performing with. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you were the only person I was performing with. So I hadn't even been touched by any show sharks because I was just used to, okay, I have a promoter, Mr. Snow, that is putting me onto this show that has possible pay. And I had never experienced anything that was like, okay, you have to pay to be on this show. I was used to, okay, I'm accepted here and I'm booked here and I have the potential to make money. And so that's how I started my outlook on everything was I don't want to pay to play. I want to get paid to play because I'm sharing my art
Exactly.
with the world. And so even to this day, the only other company that I work with is Concert right now because I don't have to pay to play. I only have potential to make money from playing.
Now, we gonna be real. When I first brought to you the concept, it's like, man, you're gonna get $5 off. We gonna charge $10, and you're gonna get $5 off each one of your ticket sales, right? Everybody was mad at me. They was like, man, we want to sell tickets. We want to sell tickets. And I'm trying to tell everybody, it's like, well, those people are making you pay to get these tickets, and if you don't sell them all,
You're
asked
out. You're
out.
out all your money.
And the brutal reality is, the most of you wind up giving your tickets away just so somebody will be at your show.
I would say 99%.
But I got crucified because I said, man, no, you ain't got to pay me nothing, just show up.
Yep.
Right? And it didn't matter.
Which is crazy to me because I'm so used to it being more of a connection than, something that you pay for. It's more of an intimate, like, knowing of each other and wanting to help each other and being a collective,
Exactly.
instead of, okay, you're just an artist and I'm the promoter and I'm the promoter and I need money, so give me money. It was more, let's put on a show, let's entertain the public, and let's do something more than, let's do something that's bigger than us.
Man, and that's something we should always try to think about, right? Doing something bigger than us, right? Yeah. So explain that for a minute to the people. I'm gonna give you about 3 minutes, and let you talk about that right there. What that mean to everybody? Talk about it.
The music is bigger than. I feel the music is bigger than us. It's bigger than just making money. It's bigger than just being famous. It's bigger than just becoming a somebody. The music is a form of art that's very helpful if it's used as a tool, and it's used in a way that helps, like with me, my feelings, my depression. It's a very, very powerful, magical experience to listen to a song.
One magical.
To listen to a song that clicks with you. And I'm not saying magic as like, spell casting and all that. It's like, think of when you're a kid and you're going to your favorite place, and that feeling you get when you can't sleep and you just feel super excited about it, and it gives you emotions. That's what I mean is as the magic is, it makes you feel something when you listen to your favorite song, whether it be Taylor Swift or whoever.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song is Somebody Else by, I believe it's the 1975. It's more of a
Somebody Else, 1975.
Yes. It's one of the first.
What?
It's one of the first.
Was you even born in 75?
The band is called 1975.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
My bad. I get some crickets. My bad.
It's a very beautiful song. It's about connecting, and it's about I feel life in itself, finding your love, finding what you want to do, but also the hurt. And so it's kind of two sides of a book, it's kind of two in one. It makes you feel up and it makes you feel down in a very powerful way. Kind of gets your brain thinking almost, I feel like.
When you talk about getting the brain thinking, that's a good question. Just out the blue. What the hell you be thinking about when you put your music and your shows together?
I think about everything. I think about, how can I help somebody today? How can I entertain somebody? How can I make somebody feel?
Man, we talking about your music. We know you a nice guy. Your music, how does that coincide with that?
Like what do you mean?
Like think about it. Like you talk about how tough it is, you talk about the struggles, you tell them about the, what you want to do with it. So explain like in detail. Well, no, I don't even know how to say it. Should I say in detail? Explain in detail about that process of the struggle and all of that. You continue to talk about the emotions and how I feel. But at the end of the day, man, y'all jumping on stage to get that money.
Well, for me, it's not really about the money. It's more
what?
It's more
what?
It's more about.
It's not. Say it again. It ain't about what?
It's not about the money. It's really not. If you think about money too hard and you're only thinking about money, you should not be making music.
Why is that?
Music has been around for such a long time. It's been a cultural thing. It's been a religious thing. It's been a part of humanity for such a long time. I feel like it's just asinine to just be thinking about the money. You should be really thinking about.
I think there's someone here that thinks you need to be thinking about the money.
I do think about the money sometimes.
I'm just saying.
But I get.
Should he be thinking about the money? That means yes. I'm listening.
Yes, it would be great to, sign a deal somewhere big, make a bunch of money.
Sign a deal.
But for me, it's more like living for forever through the music.
Now I like that. You talking about living forever through the music?
Yeah.
Sound like money. Because we live in America. Man, I love it. You're a good dude. You're a nice dude. I love it. You're passionate about that. Man, we need to get to this money.
We do need to get to money.
Right?
But the money will come.
What do you mean the money will come?
I believe in I'm a firm believer in karma. I believe if you are if you're only looking for the money, it's not going to come. If you do it for the art, the money will come to you as a benefit from the good that you can produce from the music, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, for example.
Now, you know for a fact, I stand on one thing. And I'm going to say this again. Watch this. Have I ever asked you for anything?
Never.
Other than to get on stage and do your best?
Nope.
Boy, I wish I'd have been asking for some money. Right? I'm glad I didn't. Because I'm proud of the fact that I can say to every single artist, I've never asked you for anything but to do your best. But the brutal reality is, it's expensive.
It is expensive.
The facility is expensive.
Yeah.
Remember the first iBang was doing the videos on the wall and all of that stuff?
Yep.
there has never been a show that I've done with any artist where I can honestly say, after everyone has paid out and security and everything else, iBang hasn't made anything, right? But we continue to upgrade, right?
Yeah.
Just like where we're at now. Even over there where he's sitting by the green screen, we didn't always have that.
No.
We struggle. So when I'm saying, man, we got to get to the money, it's a reality.
It is a brutal
We
reality.
can't continue to kumbaya and give our talents away
Yep.
for free. Whether it's the music, whether it's me promoting or me sitting here now producing this live stream, all of our talents, your talents,
Yep.
are worth money. So when I say we need to get to the money, when do we start doing things, like you said earlier, that just make money? And we quit doing these things that we have repeatedly done that has not made us any money. How do you determine to make your decisions? Since it's not about the money for you, how do you make your decisions on what shows to go to and what shows not to go to?
Well, I think it's a lot to do with common sense. If you're gonna have to spend more than, I like to set like a certain budget, like
A
whether I have to
budget. Everybody got a budget.
travel,
I get that.
you know what I'm saying? It's like whether I'm performing or whether I'm producing someone, I try to make it to where it's fair, but it's also beneficial for both parties. And that's something that I feel is really good here is we all try our best to make sure that everybody's taken care of and eating and everything like that. But we're also focused on, how can we make the production better to bring more people, because it's, if you can entertain people and it's worth it to somebody to come watch you and pay to see you and put money in our pockets, then that's where you want to be. You don't want to be somewhere where you have no potential to hit anything, but you also don't want to be thinking in a mindset where it's like, okay, we just need to make this money and then piss everybody off. You know what I'm saying? Because the art to music, especially from the artist side, from my standpoint, is I don't want to hurt myself or my family, but I am willing to sacrifice a little bit here and there to be able to.
Sacrifice.
Yep.
What are you willing to sacrifice?
Mainly time. A lot of time goes into what I do. My time gets taken away from, my family and my friends, and it's very hard, but when you come back to it, it's almost rejuvenating to be gone and come back, and whether I made, $100 or $200 or whatever, it's, I want to feel the gratification and still have a clear conscience when I make money. And so it's, for me, it's more like an ethical type of deal where I'm trying to connect with people on a level that, so that they can kind of escape their problems and their tribulations to be able to come and be entertained and have a good time and feel that it's worth it to give.
And boy, is he entertaining. Worth the money.
And it's a beautiful process if you really look into it and you have the passion to do it. And I just it's one of my greatest loves in life is music, and I'm very
Now
proud.
you just said somebody see sacrifice. Now you just said your greatest love was what you know which one is it? The music?
It would it would definitely I
Uh
would
oh, uh oh,
I would give up
Don't
music.
your ass get stuttering now.
I would give up music for my love. Love is
And
very
you're
powerful.
crazy. I'm gonna address this right now. Point blank. Excuse me for the burp. All artists, all artists, public service announcement. If your loved one that is the love of your life knows that your passion is what's driving you and keeping you going, they should support that because it's a positive thing. It's gonna be a struggle. You're gonna be broke. It's gonna be hard to pay your bills. But you sit back and support that man or that woman that's an artist,
Yep.
and they decide, and it just so happens they blow, you're good. And even if you don't make it, the struggle itself should bring you closer together.
Yep.
And
That is
I'm
correct.
sorry if some feel I'm wrong. Man, comment and straighten it. We'll address it. Let's go. I'm sorry, that did.
I do. Yep. I agree with that. If you're with somebody that wants to shrink you down, that's
And we know several artists. I'm not gonna say no names. But I know several artists. We had this discussion. You know of a couple of them.
oh yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, man, your boo, she love you. Just from the conversation I had with her, bruh, she not on your team. Because somebody that loves you is gonna support you. They're not gonna walk
Yep.
off because you're trying to do something positive.
Yep.
Period.
And that's why I'm extremely grateful for who I have in my life, because there's times where I'm ready to delete everything and just give up, and she tells me not to.
As you said before, right?
Yep.
But we don't want to delete anything. Especially not you.
Nope.
Right? We don't want any artists being deleted. Have we not had enough being deleted through this drill shit?
Enough bloodshed.
Not enough. Talk to me.
There's been a lot of bloodshed and a lot of animosity and a lot of you know, a lot of death that has come from people that
Not with you though.
not
with you.
Not with me.
You know why? Because he ain't talking about drilling and killing nobody.
No.
He talking about having fun. He talking about putting in that work, boy. Put it in work. Put it in work. Woo! Put it in work. Anyway, I just like that song. But the song is real. You have to put in the work. The work is gonna be hard. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be a struggle. Everything you see in here came piece by piece. Everything. Piece by piece.
Yep. And this is just one room too.
To the pictures, to the lamps, to the couch.
To me.
Right? Everything, right, is just, we've got to get back to understanding that it's a struggle. It's gonna be hard.
It's one of the
All
hardest.
of you are so talented. SOS, talented. Rock Zoe, talented. Hollywood Kilo, talented. Rude Boy Kid, Posse 109, Pinky Motherfucking Red, J23, Jay the Spartan, SOS Ness, Dennis James, Still Undefeated, Lady K. The list goes on. Zaraya,
Cash X.
Cash X, Chocolate Wafer. The list goes on and on and on. And I hear all of these Latin songs you guys make. But you have to understand it's a struggle.
Yep.
It's not going to pop overnight. Speaking of that, understanding that it's not going to happen overnight. How do you come to grips with that?
I look at it as if I like this song, that's all that matters. And I like to think that just because I make something now doesn't mean that it's garbage. If it doesn't get traction, it just means not a whole lot of people has heard it yet, or the right people have heard it yet.
And remember, it's new until they heard it.
Exactly. You could have a song that's 5 years old that will end up becoming a new song because people finally find it, and it's
absolutely. In
it's
fact, there was an old man that lived in Chicago, independent artist such as yourself. He made a song. He signed to some people, and they never pushed the song in the United States. Well, for over 30-something years, basically the entire time of the apartheid in South Africa, the song he had made was like the theme song for the apartheid. So imagine how much money that song made when he found out when he was about to die that his song was like damn near what we would call quadruple platinum in South Africa. Right? And that's what irritates me about, like you talking about those promoters and people like that. They just want to get y'all for your money. Y'all music and your artistry are long term.
Yep.
Don't give it away. Me and you talked about it. Me talked about signing with me. I told you no, I don't do that. I don't do a label. Right? Keiko, I know I don't do a label. I don't do a label because I don't want anything from y'all. I want to make money with y'all.
Yep.
Not off of y'all. Now, how do you feel about people that make money off of you instead of with you?
I think that people who, if you're trying to get money out of me just to get money out of me, you're not even in my life. I don't let people like that around me because there's a lot of negative feelings around people who just take instead of give back. And I want for everybody to be successful, not just me, not just my family, but anybody that I allow into my social circle. I want all of them to eat. I want all of them to have money. I want all of them to have a roof over their head. And I try my best to weed out, there's sharks in the world, and then there are fellow fishermen. I don't want to throw somebody into the water just to throw them into the water. That don't make no sense to me. I want to be on the boat with them and help hoist up the fish and bring the fish home and give everybody a share of it so we can all eat. And so it's a very deep concept for me, and I hate that we have to deal with things like that, but I also know that it's going to be a given because yin and yang, there has to be good there has to be evil in order for there to be good. Chaos and order. That's how God created the universe. Is there has to be evil for there to be good, because if there's only good, then there's no purpose to anything.
Have you ever thought about what if there is no evil or good? There's only choices and consequences. Those consequences are either desirable or undesirable. What do you think?
I think it's damn near the same thing. I'm very strong in my belief.
Considered evil. If you don't like it, that's evil.
It can be. It can be. Or, you know.
I like a lot of shit that people call evil.
Yeah, that's true. Me too. Like I smoke weed and do things that are
nothing evil about weed.
Maybe to some people.
There's nothing evil about weed. Why? Because it's not weed.
I don't know. I have a very strong belief in God. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus.
God.
Yep.
God. You really believe in God?
I do believe in God, yes.
Okay.
It may not seem like it. Some of my songs might be a little crazy out there, but I know.
Who is God to you?
God is unfathomable, meaning there's no way for a human to be able to explain it in the living flesh that we have. And it's very spiritual in the sense that, so what I believe is we came onto this planet to connect with each other. We came onto this planet to learn. We came onto this planet to bring back knowledge that our spirits never would have been able to find.
Tell me who God is to you. That's explaining God.
God is.
What's God to you?
He is my redemption. I feel like no matter what.
You see the world we live in now.
I don't know if he's a he. I don't know if she's a she.
The right pronoun.
I don't know if it's a tree. I don't. You know. That's why I'm.
What is God to you?
It's unfathomable. I really feel that there is so much to it that we can't
say something.
We can't understand it. We can't understand it fully, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. Is we were put here to learn, and that's about all I know. Is we're here to learn, and we're here to choose. Do you want to be somebody that goes off and hurts people, or you want to be somebody that entertains and has fun, but helps and teach a lesson?
Teach a lesson. And we just got a lesson too about support. Good job. Right? So anyway, so you don't know what God is really, and neither do nobody else. We all got our own concept of God, huh?
Because you know what's cool to me is I think every person on the entire planet is going to experience God in a different way. I don't think it's one set, religion or anything like that. I think it's very unique to everybody because I believe God is in everything. And it's almost like God split himself into everything that is around us, making us not necessarily a God, but we are God, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it any better than that.
Let's say we have the qualities of God. We just don't know how to act.
Exactly.
We all have the qualities of mercy.
Yep.
Like IQ said, star. Why do you think Noah had to build his ark. See, God killed.
Yep.
And there's no such word as care, I think, with God, because it's just consequence.
Yep.
Consequences come about for a reason. And unfortunately, there's nothing in this world that does not have a consequence. What we fail to realize as human beings, from my opinion, is when we hear the word consequence, we think evil
or
bad,
negative.
But consequences are just consequences.
Can be anything.
Well, if they're good or bad is how you view them.
Yep.
Talk to them.
Look at the good in life. Don't focus on the bad. Look at the good in life. Look at all of the good things around you more than the bad, because or you're bad, or however you want to think of it. When you focus on what you have and what is helping you, it will bring more of that. And it's almost, your focus is your reality. Focus on what you want and go and do it. And
so kind of almost like your own planet type shit.
Almost, yeah. I do believe
our own little space shuttle. Huh?
I do believe that we are all in our own dimension. And when I talk to Mr. Snow or I talk to my girlfriend, I'm joining their dimension in that certain time. But if I'm not with Snow when he's at home, I'm not in his dimension anymore. He's living
man,
his.
You better watch. You don't want to be in my dimension. I'm talking about, boy, my dimension got bad credit. Oh, man, my brother, boy, it's a struggle.
But that's the beauty in life is everybody's learning a specific thing about themselves. So by the time you reach death, which is inevitable, you should be feeling fulfilled in the sense that you did everything you could to learn what you needed to learn, take care of the people you needed to take care of, and that you did everything in your power to love and to build. And I think that's what it's all about. I think that's what God is about, is develop yourself in the way that is going to help you feel fulfilled and take the knowledge that you need to travel wherever we go and become your greatest self.
I like that. Made a song. Let's pull it up. You did not listen to the song.
No, I know you listen to that song, and I remember you asking me, what do you mean by you're in your shuttle? And what I mean by that is the whole concept of that song is I'm me. I'm inside my body and I'm experiencing my experience, and nobody else nobody else will understand.
That's how I felt about it. I'm bobbing to it. I'm like, yeah, I'm in my shuttle. I'm riding in my, this when I had my Lincoln. I'm riding in the Lincoln Link. I'm in my shuttle. You know what I'm saying? Talk to him, man.
Yeah, like your body is a spaceship. We're floating through millions and millions of miles of space. And to think that we're on this teeny little planet inside of this flesh and blood that can get hurt and possibly die, and
that is easily destroyed.
Easily. And so it's like a concept and a way to think into yourself Like, this life that I'm seeing through my eyes is my experience, and it's my travels, because you're traveling not only on the earth, but you're also traveling in your mind, you're traveling in your spirit, you're traveling in many different ways. Oh no, okay.
Right? And I like your whole concept. Matter of fact, you mind if we play a little bit of my shuttle?
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the headphones so you can listen. Will it reach? They far enough, the cord long enough. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's try to get you a little bit more cord over here. Hold on. Let's get, try to get you a little bit more cord over here. Okay. Can you hear that? All right, man. We're gonna hit this my shuttle real quick, man. Y'all gotta check this out, man. I like this one. My shuttle. Let's go.
To the party, fill my cup up with a fofo. I'm getting so fucked, so
travel,
so drunk, fucked up. Bitch, I'm wasted, pushing all this money out my basement. Just face it, you in your trap house while I'm in my spaceship. I'm in my shuttle, I'm in my shuttle. I'm in my spaceship. Yo, bitch on my day, she doing face shit. She rock with the idea going on a fucking space trip. I fly past Pluto, I fly past Mars. It's my second stop, always gotta re-up on my bars. It's so high sometimes you know I'm seeing stars. Neurons be dancing on my brain. I'm a motherfucking chemist, I'ma grow my own strain. Sell it, grow it up in space. So much money I can gain. Yeah, I'ma blow your fucking brain. Yeah, they cut it with some fentanyl. If you gonna smoke that shit, you gonna pay the death toll.
iHeartRadio.
That's just how I roll.
iBang Radio, Boom Play.
Head out in the deep space, gonna see that black hole. We time travel, we gon' change up all the past. Losing oxygen, I flip down my mask. Turn on all systems, now we gon' blast. I gotta escape this rocket. Put all my money in my pocket. You owe me money, don't worry about it, I ain't playing. I know your mama and your dada on a first name basis. I'm done dealing with this fake shit. You call yourself a rapper, you be spitting fake shit. I'm in my cockpit, I always come in, I always deem it. I'm gonna do it. Drill, bitch, I'm wasted. Pushing all this money out my basement. Just face it,
We do
you
need to get
in your
in there.
trap house while I'm in my spaceship. I'm in my shuttle, I'm in my shuttle. I'm in my spaceship. Yo, bitch on my day, she doing face shit. She
I got
rockin' the
permission,
idea
y'all.
going on a fucking space trip. I fly past Pluto, I fly past Mars. It's my second stop, always gotta re-up on my bars. Whoa, yeah, we headed to the stars. We always going far, we gonna get it hard. Yeah, always banging when we in the club. Now we showing everybody all that money love. Yeah, getting everything turn. Yeah, we gonna get these bitches hard turn. Yeah, fuck you. Now we done. Always pulling out my gun. I'm gonna get that grill. Set on my teeth. I'ma fucking show you how I fucking do it.
I finally found her.
So you've been sitting over here nice and quiet. First of all, since he didn't say nothing and I didn't say nothing, what's your name?
Natalie.
Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to this dude wanting to be, all supportive and stuff, what do you got to say about that? How do you support him?
Try to just stand by every decision he makes.
No, you can't do that now. We make some silly ass decisions.
Yes.
You gotta know when to put your foot down.
Absolutely. But I try to look at things in his point of view, also as mine. compromise on things.
What?
Yes.
What? Did y'all hear that? Compromise. Boy, talk to him. What that mean when you got to compromise with him? What that mean to you? What that mean to y'all? What that mean?
It means for me that there's a disagreement on something he wants to do, that we try and find something that works both ways.
Yep.
What about when it don't work for you?
That's when you give up a little.
That's where the compromise comes in.
The sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
The sacrifice. What have the two of you individually sacrificed? And you know what it is? Ladies first. What have you sacrificed to run up? Because she be over here in the studio with this dude all the time, getting on my nerve. She don't never say nothing though. She don't do nothing to get on my nerve. But she be in the studio with him all the time. So talk to him. How does it work out?
I don't know.
It's a chance for her to.
I get to spend time with him, and yet he still gets to do what he needs to do.
Well, explain.
I mean, I don't know.
What about when you sleepy and his ass is still sitting down in an bang blazing a goddamn blunt full of art, studio full of artists and you sleepy and tired? How you deal with it?
I lay down or I lay my head to the side and I just chill. I don't know.
What about when he over here at I bang to 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying, just so he could get on stage for a couple of minutes? How you gonna handle that?
I enjoy my time here.
It gives her a chance to be free and have a sense of the party life without negative consequences. I believe it's a safer way for us to be able to kind of come out of the comforts of our home and to be there for each other in every way.
Okay, then back to you. Okay, to you then. What you gonna sacrifice?
A lot of my time, a lot of my attention. I know she needs a lot of my attention that sometimes I can't give. And
it took a man to sit there beside, hooked up, caked up with his girl, talking about he ain't got time. Boy, you braver than me. This Melina might punch me in the face. I said in her face, shit like that.
it's tough. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do, but when you love somebody the way that we love each other, you make it work.
You make it work. I like that. And I'm glad you finally decided to get on camera at the end of the interview. But this is a good thing. Y'all came through. We about to close it out. What you want the people to know about you, SOS, on the closeout? What you want them to know about you?
Everything I do, I try my best to be good and help inspire, to give someone out there the sense that they can do what they want to do and live a full life.
You see, IBG, ibangradio.com. Y'all got anything to say to everybody before we close out?
Follow your dreams, guys. And thank you, everyone.
Look, she opened her mouth. Go on and say it. Go on and say it.
No, support your man. If you love him, you deal with it. What you gotta do.
Man, we want to thank y'all for coming through. And we ain't finished here in the studio just for the interview. UCIBG, ibangradio.com commence. UCIBGIBandradio.com, man. We want to thank SOS for coming through. You know what I'm saying? At the OG Den. We see y'all later. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Holla. Man, it's going down, y'all. SOS at iBang Studios, baby. Holla.